Hey, it's Tara, and in the studio with me, I've got Geno, and it's time for some movie reviews. We're going to do something a little different this time around. Geno and I are going to share our top 5 Christmas movies. Now, of course, there's so many out there, and it's hard to narrow it down, so I won't say that I, went through my archives of all the Christmas movies I've ever seen. But I do have some that tend to fall toward the top of the list as my favorites, and so I thought we'd have some fun with that today. These might be great rentals for people to get now that we're into the full swing of the Christmas season, and I'm going to go ahead and start it off. Is that okay with you, Geno?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
All right. So I would say my number 5 pick is The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, and although I do like the original, I really do enjoy the Jim Carrey version more than the original, just because of what Jim Carrey's humor and style added to that movie, and so I would say that's my number 5.
My number 5, and A Christmas Story. It almost has to be on everybody's list. It was my mom's favorite, so I've seen it a lot of times. For like a lot of people, I like it for its quotability and how familiar a lot of it feels.
It really is a great movie.
Yes, it is.
It does land somewhere on my list, too. All right, so when it comes to my number 4, this is one that people might not always think of when it comes to Christmas movies, but I picked The Family Man. And this one was starring Nicolas Cage and Téa Leoni, and it came back a while back. But it came out around the time when my husband and I were recently married and had kind of settled into family life, which feels a little less exciting than pre-married life. And so this was like, it's kind of a modern twist on the old Scrooge, and I really love the movie.
I like that movie. It didn't make my list, but I do like that one. My number 4 is Mickey's Christmas Carol. As a kid, seeing these characters you grew up with in a way different way it's kind of jarring, but it's kind of neat and it sticks with you. I still see Pete as Death, smoking that big cigar and, taunting Scrooge and everything. And I love the animation. I love everything about this one. I love the story anyway, but this is my favorite way of it being told.
Yeah, fantastic movie for sure. Good one for the whole family. My number 3 was Christmas Story. It had to land on there somewhere.
Of course.
And so that's what I went with, and I'll never get over the leg lamp. It was, as a kid, it was one of my favorite parts of the movie, and it still is as an adult.
Fudge is my favorite part, of course. My number 3, and this is where I start to get a little morbid, Gremlins is my number 3.
Really?
Yes. 1984. I saw this movie in the theater when I was 6 or 7 years old. This was my first real experience with a horror movie. And everyone forgets Gizmo's a Christmas gift.
That's right.
His father goes to that weird shop looking for a Christmas gift for his son. It is a Christmas movie. There's plenty of Christmas stuff, and it's one of my favorites.
I really like the Gremlins. I definitely did. All right, so my number 2 would be National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Oh, that's a good one.
My husband is a modern-day Clark Griswold, and, kind of can make a fool of himself, but still he does it with such a loving heart that you just can't help but love him, and so that's why I picked that one.
Does he try to light up the house?
He does light up the house. I'll show you pictures later. Yeah.
My number 2, it's about a man that's trying to get his family back for Christmas, and the soundtrack's mostly Christmas music, and now he has a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. My second favorite is Die Hard.
Wow.
Who can forget John McClane and Alan Rickman going back and forth? One of the greatest action movies of all time, also makes one of the best Christmas movies of all time.
It's a good one. I never associated it as a Christmas movie, but it is. All right. My number 1 pick was Elf, and it's because for me, it's so hilarious as an adult, but my children crack up at this movie. They love it so much as well. So I love it because it's a top one for the whole family.
That movie, I like it. It makes my teeth hurt thinking of the spaghetti
with syrup.
That he eats. Oh, gosh. And all the candy in there. Oh, that makes my teeth hurt, but I do love that movie. My number 1 is The Ref, which stars Dennis Leary, and my second favorite Kevin Spacey movie, Usual Suspects being my first. It's just such an unorthodox way of bringing the family together, that you have this family with problems, and then this element comes in and it ends up working out for them. And it also has my favorite spiteful Christmas quote in it. I won't ruin it for those that want to watch it, but it involves sacrifice. And I can't say I never said it to my mom, but I have used the line once, and it comes out beautifully. So if you're looking for something spiteful for Christmas, that turns out to have a heart as well, The Ref is a good one to watch.
All right, and I probably will make that a priority this Christmas season. Thanks a lot, Geno. Appreciate it. Hopefully people now have some ideas if they're looking for something to rent this weekend as they, are preparing for Christmas and all that good stuff.
Well, there was 9 great picks here because, of course, Christmas Story counts as 2. But
That's right. And rightfully so, and you can find the 24-hour marathons and all that.
Yeah, I think TBS or TNT does that still, I think.
Yep, absolutely. All right, thanks, Geno. Appreciate you being here.
Thanks for having me.